Hey, good morning, folks. Brother Cross here, BJ's Outdoors. Hey, we're down here on Tennessee River this morning. Gonna do a little suspending, man. Out here in one of my favorite spots to fish, man. I got some live bluegill this morning. Only brought 2 rods, so we're going bold. It's either gonna be a suspending bite or nothing. Kind of getting burnt out on the dragon, man. Dragon planer boards. That's an awesome way to cover water. Awesome way to catch a bunch of fish. But you know, you get burnt out on doing the same old thing. It is the easiest way to catch fish. You know, if you're not catching fish any other way, cover water or planer boards, you're gonna catch fish. But I like to do other stuff, man. Suspending and anchoring is my favorite thing to do. And it's getting that time of the year. You know, like I said, the fish are starting to sit back up, transitioning, you know, after the thermocline and everything. It's just still going on around here, but it's not as bad as it was. The main channel finally cleared out. Got some rain down the river this morning, some storms coming. Supposed to get some pretty severe storms this evening. We need it, man. We need some rain, big time. But as of right now, it's just raining down the river. So we're not gonna see it here for a while, but we're not gonna be out here too long. It's supposed to be 102 degrees again today. And we're gonna try to get this done as quick as we possibly can. I got about 10 bluegill, a little smaller than hand size, and that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna suspend them down. I may cut one up if they don't want the live ones, but we're gonna start out with the live ones and see what we can do. Well, y'all hang in there with me, man. Let's see if we can catch one. Right there's what we're using this morning, folks. Like I said, they're just a little bit smaller than hand size bluegill. They're lively too. I caught these yesterday evening. You know, this time of year it's hard to keep bait alive, man. You know, if you don't have good aeration pumps and stuff on your boat, which I use my cooler. I got this little cooler here. I got another one just like it I use for my cut bait. This one's got a Ghost Torrent pump on it. And that says that pump will treat aerate 50 gallons. So if it aerate 50 gallon, it does good in that 5 gallon. I'm still dealing with the remnants of the mayflies, man. Me and a friend of mine went out the other night. Had an awesome night, man. Started out real good, man. The bite was on fire. Had good fish early, and then the mayflies came in, man, and just ruined it. They blacked the lights out. But most of them they out of the boat. But when I got in here this morning, I noticed the ants had got in the boat. So now I'm dealing with the ants. I reckon they're eating the mayflies, the dead ones. But we're locked and loaded, man. We're gonna see if we can get us a big one. So, like I said, there's fish down there. Whether they're bite or not, we'll have to see. But like I said, I wasn't gonna go through a whole bunch of trouble this morning, man. I just want to kick back and relax, have a fun day of fishing, and I guess just be lazy and not work so hard. Now this right here, you just about got to land right on top of them, and you know, spot lock down, anchor down. What it is out here, it's a deep hole. It's about 42 foot. Everything else around them is 30 foot. The ledge is over here on this side. It drops off in the main channel, and then there's a hole right at the edge of the drop. So it's a good place for fish to get after they done, you know, fed out through the night in the shallows. They'll drop back off in these deep holes, especially in the summertime. And they will in the wintertime too, but summertime especially. And it's one of the first places they're gonna come to where they got, you know, current flow. There we go, folks. Good one right there. Go. Come out of it. Oh, man. That was a good one right there, folks. Pretty sure that was a big old flathead. Man. The only thing about this suspending. Man. That hook sharp as a razor, man. Dang it. That one right there's getting nervous too. Man. That aggravates the crap out of me. You know, suspending deal, you got to be patient. And you sit here and be patient. Finally hook up with a monster cat, and that's what happens. Man, I know y'all can see my heartbroken facial expression, man. Like I said, suspending is an awesome way to catch big fish, man. I catch most of my big fish doing this. I catch more big fish with 2 rods than I ever do with 4 rods dragging. But that's the only thing. You got that up and down bite, man. You know, they come up and grab that bait, you know, or they may swim over and get it. Most times if they come over and get it and go down, you got them. But when they come up like this and grab that hook and turn and go back down, a lot of times that hook just don't hook up right. That was a big fish right there, man. Like I said, I'm pretty sure it was a flathead. The way it hit, and then one thing about flathead, they're a little different blues. You know, most time when you hang a blue, they head to the channel. You know, flathead, that one there, he was headed actually up on the ledge, probably to try to get me in something. You know, he probably came out of something. And it's discouraging, man. Like I said, you don't get a whole lot of bites doing this. Sometimes you do, you know, but usually if you get 5 good bites doing this right here, you had an awesome day. You got to try to capitalize on what you can catch. You'll lose. My ratio on suspending is I lose 2 out of 5 bites, and that's not good. Because like I said, you don't get a lot of bites doing this. But anyway, that's a 12-aught Conch Sling circle hook. That's as big as they make. You know, if a fish comes up from the bottom and grabs that bait and goes back down, you know, it can come out, you know, just like that. Or if you're dragging, you know, planer boards or whatever, or even anchored, you know, if they come up and grab that hook, what this hook is designed to do, when they grab it and go back the other way, it's supposed to turn and catch them right there in the side of the mouth. That's what the circle hook's designed for, just like that. All right. So what I did, I bought me some J hooks. The 14-aught, man, that's a huge hook. I mean, you can see the difference. And the 12, and you know, the gap's not much wider. But that's a huge hook right there. I thought, well, these right here be better for suspending, because, you know, they're made different, man. This one's got the turn in it right there for hooking them in the side of the mouth. The J hook don't. So I thought, well, if they come up and grab this bait and go back down, that's perfect, man. That hook's gonna catch them anywhere they go. If it catches them inside the mouth, top of the mouth, it don't matter. The point, man, the point is sharp as a razor, but it's too thin. So I done a video not long ago with suspending, something about a suspending bite. Had an awesome morning. But I started out with that hook, and I was tickled to death, man. I was like, I finally got me a hook that's gonna work. First fish I caught, it turned that point up. It just turned it down. Dull as it could be. I mean, it wasn't even sticky. But for suspending, that didn't work for me, because what it did, it hit the top of that fish's mouth, that tooth patch, and hit that skull, and it dulled the hook. Well, I lost the fish. Next fish I caught on it, I got him in the boat, hook fell out. So I went back to these 12-aught circle hooks, and that's what I'm using now. But like I said, there is a hook out there that works perfect for this application. I just hadn't found it yet. I got some on the way from a company, man. I'm gonna mention their name yet. They're sending me some hooks, and I think they're gonna work out a lot better on the circle hooks, and they've got some hooks that they think will work for the suspending bite. So we'll check it out. Like I said, suspending fishing is hard, man, regardless. I don't care what kind of hooks you use. J hooks are better, but I hadn't found one that wasn't soft on the tip. You know, like I said, you want something to go through that tooth patch or get behind that tooth patch and bury through the top of that fish's mouth. Because if you don't, that right there is gonna happen. Anyway, I just want to show y'all that, man, because that's a problem you have with suspending. A lot of people don't even do it. I don't have any trouble with hookups on anchored fish or dragging. I do lose a few, but I don't know anybody that don't lose some every now and then. It just depends on how they get that bait. But anyway, can't get them all. There we go, folks. There's another good one. Yeah, I can't get my rod out. Yes, sir. Maybe this one will stay hooked up. Golly, man. Them some violent strikes right there. I believe it's gonna be a flathead. Gonna be a good one if it is. It feels like one. Golly. Yeah, that's definitely gonna be a flathead. He's just sitting there. He's just sitting there. Tell you what, folks. Ain't nothing like it. We may just make August great again. Everybody hates August. Fishing sucks for most people. And I love August myself. You can catch some big fish if you can just get on them. I would. He's gonna try to go around the boat again. Golly. That's gonna be a good fish right here. You know, flathead are strong, man. They don't. Oh, don't be doing that. Now that roll right there didn't feel like a flathead, but everything else that fish has done, from the bite to the hookup, has been flathead waves. But can't do nothing with him. It's already hot, folks. I keep looking, making sure my camera's still on. He's just sitting there, man. He won't move. Yeah, it's definitely gonna be a flathead. And a good one. Here we go again. He's gonna try to go around the boat again. I probably should have got this one up a while ago. I really didn't want to bring it up because sometimes you can catch two like that. If I see them on the, oh man, I don't like that when they do that. If I see them on that graph, that's a good fish. Golly, I see bubbles. Man. Come on up here, big boy. Let's get a look at you. Yeah, there's a bunch of bubbles coming up right there. No, it ain't no flathead. It's a big old blue. Yep, my big old blue. I barely got that rascal hooked too in the top of the mouth. Come on up here, big boy. Don't do that. Man, it's a big fish, y'all. I'm glad it released its bubbles. I could have swore this would be a flathead, the way it hadn't rolled or anything, but it ain't. It's just a big old blue. There we go. God. Oh my goodness, thank you, Lord. I'm gonna have to put some water in the boat, folks. This one, it's definitely too hot. Sit him on that floor. There you go. I'm gonna drop this one down on this side. Let him rest there a second. And I'll get some water in the boat and I'll show him to y'all. That's a good fish right there. Like I said, you don't catch a lot of fish doing this. You can catch some big ones, man. Fish are still hungry just because they ain't moving around and real active. If you can get on top of them, you can still catch them. Put water all in here because I know that sucker ain't gonna sit still. That's a good thing when you got to put a lot of water in a boat. He's a good fish, man. You ready, big boy? Golly. Goodness gracious, folks, that's a monster right there, man. That is a summertime monster right there. Get you out of the net, bud. Golly. That's what I'm talking about, folks. Alright, folks. Get this big rascal up again. It's actually pretty calm, to be honest with you. That's a big old cat right there, man. Big old joke. Like I said, all you gotta do, folks, be patient. Be patient and catch some big fish. Well, alright. Let me get him back, man. Had her out long enough. There you go. Ow. Catch your breath there, baby girl. There you go. That's what you want, folks. You gotta hold them, baby them, as long as it takes. In this heat, if you ain't careful, you know, 5 minutes is a long time to keep a big fish out like that. So, I try to get them in. If I'm gonna get a picture, do everything I gotta do, less than 5 minutes, man, get them back. And then that's what you get. You know, she'll hold on. I think she bent my ring when she bit me. They'll hold on. You know, get water back through the system. And she bit me hard and turned around and went straight back down. That's what you want. You know, if we had caught that other one a while ago that bit, it'd be two monsters in the boat. And hey, that's a good trip when it comes to suspended. You know, we're sitting still. We're pinpoint precise anchor fishing is what this is called. I mean, you know, you're sitting here on top. I found these fish sitting on top of them. You just got to be patient, man. You know, and if one gets hungry, eventually eat. You know, the ones right here may not. They may be one down in the river, up the river. It just wanders through here and wants to eat. So I love it, man. It's my favorite thing to do when it comes to big fish. Right there's the deal too, folks. That one this one right here, caught that one on, had a smaller bluegill on it. So did the first one. So that tells me I need to take that big one off, drop down some smaller ones. This one's a little smaller than the one I caught that one on, but that's just the one I grabbed. But they may not want a big bait. They have to work a little harder to catch them bigger ones than they do these smaller ones. That's more like the size I caught that one on. It's medium-sized bluegill. There we go, folks. There's another one. Oh. Golly. Stay hooked up there, big boy. Tell you what, that's such a violent strike, man, when they do that. He's coming up. Yeah, that's a big old fish right there, man. Golly. I don't know why he come up. I'm gonna have to work on him probably. He ain't no monster like that other one, but he's a big one. Seen a big old head. Yeah, I'm gonna have to work on him. Oh, there you go. Golly. Had him wrapped up's what it was. I'm glad he went back down so he could deflate that air, man. I had him wrapped up and he just floated to the top. I didn't think I didn't think he was gonna be done. Not that soon. Oh. Yeah, he is a big one too. Come on, buddy. Blow out them bubbles and I'll bring you on up. I know y'all hear that screaming drag off this thing. I couldn't figure out why he come up, man. I was like, what's going on? You know, a lot of times when that bladder, man, out of this deeper water, you need to let them get that bladder, the air out of that bladder. But I had him wrapped up. He got wrapped up in the line. He just floated to the top, but then he went back down. He's ticked off. Come on, bud. I need to see them bubbles. when you get them on this suspending bite, folks, you don't, you know, they fight to the end, man, because, you know, when you're dragging, you get to fight them all the way to the boat. But when you hang them like this, riding under the boat, you're going to have your hands full. Oh. Come on, big boy. Don't get in that other line. Golly. Man alive. I really don't want to roll that other one up, but I think I'm going to have to. He keeps wanting to get awful close to it. Come on, big boy. I still ain't seen no bubbles. There they come. Thank you, Lord, man. I hate not letting them deflate before they come up, especially when it's hot like this, man. It's rough on them anyway. Blow them on out, big boy. Golly. Yeah, there we go. I don't know if y'all can see all them bubbles right there, man. He just blowed out a tank full of them. Let them do it on their own. Have a whole lot better chance of them surviving, because they'll go straight back down. I'm scared my camera's gonna overheat. Yeah, there comes a bunch of bubbles. It's already hot this morning, you know, even this early. Yeah, that's another big old monster right there. I didn't know he was that big. Another monster. Another monster. Come on over here, big boy. Golly. Can't tell how he's hooked. This ain't easy to do, folks, for these big fish by yourself. Especially on these. Golly. Oh. He wasn't done. Especially on these suspended fish, man. Like I said, them jokers, they ain't playing around. Thank you, Lord, that once again. Let me get this joker hung up while I can get some water in the boat. I'm gonna leave this one out there. That's kind of what I did on the other one. I just rotated it around, and that one hit this one on that I moved over. I did change the bait out. I went back with smaller baits. Ain't always about that big bait, folks. I hadn't got a bite on that big one. Well, I did get some bites on it, but I never did get any commitments on that big bluegill. Folks, I apologize. It takes me a little longer to do this, but I ain't gonna rush it, man. You gotta get that water in the boat where these fish can. You just gotta take care of them, man. All right, here we go. Yeah. All right, ready, big boy? Yeah. Another monster right there, folks. Another one. Golly. Tell you what, folks. I sure do feel blessed. The good Lord blesses me, man. I ain't been on this spot. I've tried to fish it several times, but the wind never would let me. And finally get to come out here the first time and land on top of these big rascals. All right, folks. This big old rascal. If I can pick it back up. Yep. Another good one right there, folks. Another big old fish. Big old head on that rascal. Monster catch right there, folks. He ain't quite as big as that other one, but it's close. Alright, let me get it back. I'll be sore tomorrow. Alright, you be. Oh, golly. Ooh, that one's ready. Golly. I made a mistake swapping hands, taking my glove out and putting the other hand in there. That's all right. I'll bleed a little bit for that. Thank you, Lord. What a blessing. All right, folks, I'm trying to get my remote to program back into this thing. I think it's doing it now. Yeah, there it goes. I got to change my leader out on that, man. He destroyed that leader. You got to always check your leaders, man, after them big fish like that, because he shredded it, man. I don't even know how I got him in the boat, but it was a blessing for sure. I'm going to change that leader out, drop it back down. We're going to sit out here for a few more minutes, and probably give them about 25, 30 minutes. See if we can pick up another one. I know the bite's going to shut down eventually. You know, catfishing, trophy catfishing started, man, you know, people suspended, and really it started anchoring. People sitting still, you know, anchor down. They throw out some rods behind the boat, you know, on a pile of timber, a rock pile or ledge or point, something, you know, drop off. That's how it all started, and nothing's changed. You still catch the fish the same way. Since all this planer board stuff come out, you know, years ago, everybody wants to cover water and drag because, you know, it's easier. You know, you're covering water, you're going to find a fish. But, you know, especially if you cover enough water, you're going to eventually run across something. And you know, you're going to look up and catch a big one. I catch a lot of big fish dragging. I mean, I guess I can say it is a blessing that the fish bit. But, you know, to find the fish and sit up on them and catch them and get them, know they're there, but get them to bite, you know, it's kind of a little more personal, if you know what I mean. But I tell you one thing that dragging planer board stuff like that, covering water, it steals your patience, man. You know, because when you're out covering water, like I said, it's easy to catch fish with planer boards. You're covering tons of water. You know, you can cover 5, 6, up to 10 miles a day, depending on how fast you're pulling. You're eventually gonna run across some fish. And that's great, man. You know, a lot of people, you know, if you're struggling to catch fish, drag planer board. You're gonna come across something. But it takes, you know, what it's done to me, it took away my patience. Cause like even this morning, you know I could be somewhere else on this lake. I got spots I could go fish dragging planer boards, and I probably could have caught, you know, at least 5 fish, maybe 10. I don't know what the quality would have been, but I could have caught some fish. But you know, I'm wanting to get back into, you know, the pinpoint precise fishing, you know, where you actually get on top of the fish, sit on top of the fish. That's something I hadn't done on my channel very much since I started using the planer boards. But you know, that's something I got to get back into, and I hope y'all are interested. Some of y'all I know are interested in learning that, because, you know, I can show you, you know, on my graph, you know, I can show you where I'm dragging, you know, on the river, you know, far as dragging a ledge or, but most of my dragging is done in flats, and it's not anything there, it's just flat, you know. And this thing's not going to show you, you know, shell beds and stuff that I'm dragging on. But as far as pinpoint precise spots, I can show you how I set up on the ledges, on the points, you know, on timber, on rock piles, however I do it, or on a deep hole. You know, I'll show you how I sit up on that deep pole, and you know, if I don't catch fish in this spot in that little area, then I'll show you why I moved to this spot. You know, it's just a little more in depth of how to find fish and how to sit up on them, because you know you can find fish out here in a spot and sit up on them, but if you mess up and get behind the fish, you're not gonna catch them. You got to be up current from them, where the center of your baits will wash down to them. A lot of times with live bait, you got to drop it right down on top of them, because you know a live bluegill don't smell. You know, they just smell like another fish in the water. Now you take one, you cut the tail off one, drop it down, you know, it's dead. You got blood seeping out of it. You know, it's got a smell to it. Live bait's a little more precise. You know, it won't be long. We're getting close to that time of year where I can get some skipjack. And I'm really looking forward to that, man. I've struggled this year with trying to find bait. You know, and I'm using bluegill. I've been using bluegill now for probably going on 2 months, because that's all I could find, and I've done good with it. But you know, I don't get the bites that I do on skipjack. You know, like I said, it's awesome to come out here and use them this morning suspending and catch a couple of big fish, because that's, you know, that's something that I hadn't tried. You know, I've tried to use them for flathead, but like I said, my patience level started going down, man, for any type of anchoring or suspending, anchored, suspending, or whatever. My patience went down, and like I said, I'm gonna get that back, and that'll happen to everybody as long as you're dragging, man. You don't want to do anything but drag, because you just feel like that's the only way you can catch fish. But it is a good way to catch a lot of fish, and for fishing stuff, it's a way to cover a lot of water and make something happen. But like I said, I may be dragging on the next trip. You know, I enjoy it, but it ain't my favorite thing to do. This is my favorite thing to do right here. Is actually get on some fish, sit on top of them, and just wait for them. You know, when I'm doing this, I'm just as confident in my 2 rods outside the boat. I didn't even bring my dragging rods today. I brought 2 rods, and that was it. It's like it's gonna work or it ain't. And but you got to have confidence to do it, and you got to have a lot of patience. Don't always happen, but every now and then we can pull a rabbit out of the hat. All right, folks, I think I'm gonna wrap this one up, man. It's done got hot. My camera overheating a little bit. Well, my camera's not, but my batteries are. But I think the bite's done shut down, man. It's about 8:30, but it's already in the low 90s. Well, it's almost mid 90s. It's gonna be hot today, and I'm gonna go ahead and call this one, man. But while I'm on here, man, I just wanna say thanks to each and every one of my subscribers, man. Y'all mean so much to me. I'm blown away, man, how this has all went, and I appreciate each and every one of you, man, for following me and watching my show and subscribing to my channel. And I want to thank everybody that's bought the cat stumpers, man. That'll help me out. You just don't understand how much that'll help me out, you know, with gas and stuff for, you know, to be able to do this. And another thing, man, I have people thank me all the time for keeping my channel clean. You know, I don't use no profanity or anything. If you want to sit down with your kids or grandkids and watch it, you'll never hear me use profanity, man. I don't do it off the show. I'm not gonna do it on my show. You know, I ain't always been a good person in my life, and I did used to cuss real bad, but you know, I've got God in my heart now. He's changing who I am. I'm not perfect, and I still have slip-ups each and every day that I struggle with, but he's working on me each and every day to make me a better person, and he blesses me to be able to come out here and do this. Puts me on these fish, man. I give it to him. The good days I give to him, the bad days I give to him, man. I get humbled a lot. You know, he's not gonna, he don't just lay it on the plate for me to take it. So I have to work for it. But anyway, man, I appreciate y'all watching and riding along with me this morning. The awesome suspended bite. You know, we got three awesome takedowns. Caught 2 of them. Lost that one big one. That's about it, man. I got a couple, you know, small bites, but still awesome fishing in August. You just got to get on the fish, stay on the fish, and be patient. But anyway, I appreciate y'all watching. I'll catch y'all next one. See y'all then, and God bless you.